Alright, Shalom, Shalom. This is T.O.Z. It's your brother Makaza, and with me,
Karash Judah.
Alright, calling you Negroes and indigenous, those indigenous not of Spaniard or Mongoloid descent, back to our God, which is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is the God of Israel. Repent, for the kingdom is at hand, which true repentance is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and having faith in the Messiah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, so wanted to go into, everything that's going on right now with the coronavirus, and everybody shook, and losing their minds out there. But we've been, the prophets of the Most High, we've been telling everybody these things were coming to pass, and it's in the time of what's happening right now is so close to Passover. It's like the plagues again, because this is the second Exodus from this captivity that we're in. When we get delivered here, it's the second Exodus. So it's only right that the Most High would show his power and show signs like he did in the first Exodus in Egypt. But America is also Egypt, as it is Babylon and Sodom and, different things that the scriptures call this place Babylon. All right, so... just other things, what's going on, the lockdown, but as far as what I wanted to say is fear, like, this whole world, or, the powers that be, putting out it's like fear tactics, because we know that, it's kind of been proven that coronavirus is a man-made thing. Get Proverbs 12:3. It's a man-made thing, and even though it's man-made, people are being affected by it. Some people are dying, but they also are making it seem like that all these athletes and entertainers have the virus. So when it's like, okay, they have it, and it's like, okay, when the vaccines come, everybody's going to be quick to go and get those, which you shouldn't. But and we all know it's some type of the plan or device that the powers that be are trying to convene. Read that for me, 12:3.
Let me start at what?
Proverbs 12:3.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 3. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved. Is that 2, my fault. Yeah, 2. My fault. Verse 2. Verse 2? No, 12:2. Yeah, second verse. So, verse 2. A good man obtaineth favor of the Lord, but a man of wicked devices will be condemned. So a man of wicked devices shall he condemn. So whether it's man-made, because we know Esau, the so-called white man, and they have the harp system. They put in chemtrails. They all these GMOs, all of these things come in. They're always constantly making some type of virus, Ebola, whatever the case is. Because every year or every couple of years, there's always some type of disease that comes out. And, everybody lose their mind for a moment and then it goes away. So that's what it is. But I feel like, we feel as, this coronavirus is, it's pushing further to, the end of this place. So, but as the scriptures say, whether it's wicked devices from the powers that be, they're going to be condemned for it. All right. So, what else? Get Jeremiah 28:8. And this with our people as well, because we, just before coming to do this lesson, we've seen a Jake in the car with a mask and gloves on. So it's, it's kind of like superstitious, you gotta get your mask, you gotta wash your hands 20 times, you gotta sing the song. Sing one song when you washing your hands. It's all type of rituals and superstitious things going on when, the main thing is to keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
and that's what's going to be your, how you're going to be delivered in these last days. Read that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
And of pestilence, because we've been on the highways and byways. Even the elders before us been teaching and letting the people know that, these things are going to come to pass. Pestilences, the wars are coming, things like that. So we've been out there telling people that these things had to come to pass. So even with us in Israel, we shouldn't be terrified or scared or anything like that, because we know that these things have to come to pass for our kingdom to come. So, but for you Israelites out there, you guys being, like I said, superstitious, more so, we gotta get the toilet paper, and which it's okay to prepare, because it's, examples in the scriptures, like even the Most High telling Noah to prepare the ark. You have examples of Joseph, when the famine had came, he ordered the food to be gathered for 7 years. Another one is when Hamashiach told the story of the, I believe it's the 10 virgins, and 5 had their oil and the other ones didn't, and the ones that didn't were left. So, just a few examples. Even the Passover, going into the Passover, Most High told us what to do and prepare ourselves before he was going to pass over and kill the firstborn. So, it's okay to prepare, but it's when you're trying to do that and think that's how you're going to be saved, or that's how your salvation, or you're putting your trust in those things and not of the Most High. That's the difference. So go to Luke 21 and 9.
The book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commutations, but not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by.
So when these things come, be not terrified, because when these things come to pass, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by, which is the same thing that's being spoken of in Matthew, the 24th chapter. Keep going on.
Then said he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence, and fearful signs, and great signs shall there be from heaven.
And that's the time we're in. You know what I'm saying? You got the earthquake. So there was an earthquake in Utah, not just the other day. I'm gonna put all these articles up, but you had an earthquake, in Utah just the other day. So, and we, prior to the coronavirus, we've been seeing all type of earthquakes in Puerto Rico, all throughout the U.S. And other countries. So we know that the diverse earthquakes are here. The famine, that's coming. It's hard to get food now. You know what I'm saying? But the biggest famine that's going to happen, get Amos 8 and 11. Because that's going to be, because another article I seen in regards to famines, or not famine, but it is that they're going to shut down an article that was saying, I'll read it real quick. It says, as the coronavirus epidemic monopolizes the attention of the American people, government is taking the opportunity to sneak through all manner of restrictive legislation, including a law that could end the internet as we know it, killing the internet to save children. Because that's pretty much what they're trying to equate this in. But the article is, never let a crisis go to waste. U.S. lawmakers bask in coronavirus panic while quietly building a police state of their dream. So that's a part that was in there. But just showing, they're going to try to, shut the internet down, and eventually, this word is not going to be out. So it's not going to be, where them Israelites, that was teaching, they're going to shut all the internet down, won't be able to see no more of the posts that we be making, warning the people, telling y'all to repent. It's going to come a time where, you won't be able to get that word. Okay, because this is the real food right here. So you're gonna be hungry of the famine in that day. You're gonna be hungry physically with food, and spiritually you're gonna have a famine. Amos 8 and 11.
The book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
So of hearing the words of the Most High. So that's the biggest famine, because when all hell breaks loose, you're gonna need to be mentally, sane. And how are you mentally sane and comforted? By the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? So without having the scriptures at your side, and knowing again, like the Lord said, be not ye terrified when these things come to pass. You're gonna be. It's not gonna go well for you. Okay, so that's why we're gonna touch into some faith. Having faith, trusting in the Most High, fearing the Most High. For these last days. So go to Second Esdras. Get that Second Esdras 15. Because martial law, you got some of the plagues, which we'll get into some of those. Start at the top. Second Esdras 15 and 1.
The book of Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. And behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. Again, that's what the Most High has commanded us to do. Okay, the Israelite men. Okay, and the sisters that because it tells you that he's gonna put the spirit on the sons and daughters to prophesy as well. So, pursuant to Amos 2 and 11, that he raised up the prophets of the children of Israel. So, that's what we're doing right now. We're speaking into the ears of our people the words of prophecy. Go ahead. Verse 2. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
And cause them to be written in paper. You know what I'm saying? So, it's been proven. Everyone, the Bible's written by man. And the Most High allowed the scrolls and all of these things to be, Moses writing. All throughout the Old Testament tells you that Moses was writing, and Jeremiah had Baruch, right? We always had scribes to put the scrolls and things together. But when it comes to the scriptures, it's a fiction, you know what I'm saying? But everyone goes to college and, history and all these books that they read by, mortal men as well. They trust and they put their heart in this educational system. But when it comes to the scriptures, it's written by man, or it's not the word of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is going to deal with a lot of you too that, think the scriptures are corrupt and, have a problem with it. Even at my job, the brother I was talking to, he got a problem with slavery, for instance. And, we go into slavery. It's only right that the nations that put us into captivity, the Most High is a just power. He said that those that spoiled us, just like the Egyptians, again, we're talking about Passover. The Egyptians had us in slavery and spoiled us. We spoiled them. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High is a just power. So, but the long story short, basically the brother was saying, the Bible's corrupt because, the white man used that, which societies outside of Israel, you can find like in the Babylonian Hammurabi Code and some of the texts in Egypt where they had laws pertaining to slavery. This is a side note, but just to show, society, civilization outside of what we read in the scriptures had, slavery. You know what I'm saying? So, Just and that's what I was trying to explain to the brother. But yeah, go ahead, verse 3.
Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Yeah, so fear not the imagination against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. So yeah, we're not going to let anything trouble us in these last days. Because yeah, again, a lot of people come against us, all those Israelites, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has voiced their opinion on us, yet we're the ones out here telling people to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what the Most High commanded us. But all these other pastors and preachers, they're not teaching anything. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Yeah, so he's going to bring plagues upon the world. Sword, death, famine, and destruction. Okay, because yeah, like we stated, you know, famine, pestilence, earthquakes, you know, violence, financial collapse, all these things, like it tells you in Revelation, the 6th chapter, like the black horse, you know, represents financial collapse. All right, go ahead.
For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Get Ezekiel 9 and 4 real quick. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to understand in there. First, going back to verse 6, yeah, for the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, just like it tells you in Isaiah 24 and 6, that, yeah, the people of the inhabitants of the earth, you know, broke the covenant, so the earth will be burnt up and few men left. That's why, yeah, in Ezra it tells you that the world to come is for few. Okay, so, yeah, it's going to be a lot of deaths in these last days. But then it goes on to say that, behold, the innocent righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Yeah, because that's the souls of the just. You know what I'm saying? Those trying to serve the Most High and right the spirit and in truth have to see all of these wickedness and abominations. Like, you know, even with this coronavirus, seeing that there was a gay parade in Miami, and they said what's funny is it said a lot of those people got tested for the coronavirus. So it's like, you know, people gonna be wicked regardless of what's going on. So, you know, it's only right that judgment will come. But yeah, the souls of the just complain continually. Read that.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for the abomination that be done in the midst thereof.
Yeah, that sigh and cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Because yeah, wherever we are is Jerusalem. Okay, so again, Israel would be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. It's not speaking primarily talking about being in the land of Israel, but wherever we sigh and cry is because again, we was in Egypt sighing and crying. All these other captivities where the Most High would deliver us, we were crying out and we were delivered. Okay, so yeah, that's what's going on. You know, you can go back to Second Ezra. So just to show, and that's the going back to the mark of the beast. That's the true understanding of the mark of the beast, not a chip. Okay, you got to have the mark of the Most High, because a lot of people already have the mark of the beast. They then made alliance with this kingdom, okay, which is America. So that's the understanding of that. But having the true mark is of the Most High. All right, so go to verse 9. 15 and 9.
And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Yeah, so the Most High, like Revelation 18 and 20, he's going to avenge us. Okay, and Revelation, the 19th chapter, he's going to avenge his servants. All right, but it says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. He's not going to allow us to dwell in the land of Egypt. Okay, and this is not speaking of having to leave Egypt, or because this is talking about America, but it's not saying that we have to leave Egypt, because you got a lot of people, oh, we must flee Babylon, or flee, here it is saying that we have to, he's not going to have us dwell in Egypt. But again, what is even Isaiah 11 and 11 tells you that the Most High has a remnant in Egypt. So he's, in one verse, he's telling us to leave Egypt, but yeah, he's going to deliver us in Egypt. So it's not telling us, it's just saying that he's going to deliver us from Egypt. We're not going to dwell here. Why? Because this place is going to be destroyed. So again, this place is not going to be inhabited, which is Babylon, America, which is also synonymous with Egypt when you read Revelation 11 and 11 verse 8. All right, so he said he was going to bring plagues again. So like we named some of the plagues already, some locusts, because actually that's another thing. Locusts, that's coming in Africa and the Middle East, this year. That's, just showing that the locust is real. But all the other things like we stated, like earthquakes, the pestilence and all of those type of plagues that are coming, those are part of the plagues. All right, go ahead. All right, drop down to, read verse 12.
Verse 12. Egypt shall moan, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it.
Egypt shall mourn, and that's what's happening right now. A lot of people mourning. You see that the coronavirus has a lot of deaths going on. You know what I'm saying? I believe it was like 250, something along those lines in America, and worldwide it's much more. And that, as I said, some people say it's a hoax. It's but it's been proven that there has been deaths. Even the brother was showing, the brother T.O.Z was showing that as well. That I believe someone that he knew or something like that he had posted up. But it's things that are happening. You know what I'm saying? So people are mourning over the coronavirus and the deaths and things like that. Go to drop down to 15.
Verse 15. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, in invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Yeah, so prior to the coronavirus, you had, just before the coronavirus, you had Iran. It was big with Iran and America, because America had attacked Iran and killed one of their generals, and then Iran sent a missile strike and then injured some troops. U.S. troops. Also, Iraq was involved as well. Not that they were involved, but it hit. They sent a rocket that hit some troops in Iraq. So, that was a lot of stuff that was going on between them prior to the coronavirus. But now, article here says, Iran knows who to blame for the virus, America and Israel. So which the alliance is Israel and America, which we know the Israel lies. That's what it's speaking of, Netanyahu and them. But that's their alliance, and then the other alliance is Iran, Russia, and China. Okay, so, and then it's another article is saying that U.S. blames China for the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? So all of these things could lead to war. You know what I'm saying? Because Iran is saying that the coronavirus is a biological weapon. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just showing you what's written here in the scriptures is true, that nation shall rise against nation. All right? Read verse 17. You read 16? Okay, read verse 17.
Verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For
Salaki. Yeah, so read verse 18.
For because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Yeah, men shall be afraid, you know, but a man shall desire to go into a city and not be able, you know, which is self-explanatory, the lockdown. You know what I'm saying? You trying to go here, they're going, and it's only clear that they're going to be policing the streets. You know, they're eventually going to have some, they already been using the martial law in New York, not martial law, the National Guard in New York, I believe in the Bay Area as well, you know, and this is going to be more, they're eventually going to start policing to make sure that, yeah, this quarantine or whatever they're trying to have in place, you know, people are going to have to follow a certain, you know, standard or order, you know what I'm saying? So it could be a test, you know, just to see how everyone reacts, you know, and then most likely eventually come hard where, yeah, FEMA camps and those things are involved. But right now, yeah, we can see this article here, California orders its nearly 40 million residents to stay home to prevent the spread of coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's showing you, yeah, it's got to stay home, can't go here. You're not going to be able to take also the travel ban. You know, they have that travel ban going on. So that's another aspect of that as well. Okay, so has something else in regards to the senator or the California governor was trying to state that martial law is not needed. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, I guess, you know, because some people have been talking about martial law, you know, but some people, you know, saying it's not needed. But yeah, that's just to kind of, like it's saying, 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, that, yeah, when they say peace and safety shall then sudden destruction coming. Okay, so yeah, to try to make everyone, you know, it's going to be all right, you know, and then that's when all hell breaks loose. All right, so go to verse 19.
Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulations.
Yeah, so for the lack of, yeah, you seen people fighting over toilet paper and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's more to come. You know, when everything, you know, there's things heard that people have been robbed over groceries. You know what I'm saying? So it's more to come. This is only the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So it's more to come. Yeah, go ahead.
Behold, saith the Lord, I will call them together, all the kings of the earth, to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and from Libyas, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also in recompense in their bosom. Thus saith the Lord, the Most High, my right hand shall not spare the sinners.
Yeah, so, yeah, the Most High, he gathering all the nations together, you know, to repay them the things, just like it tell you in Joel, the 3rd chapter, bringing them to Yahweh Shaphat, or the Most High's judgment. Joel 3, 1 through 9, you know, but primarily the 2nd verse. You know, so the Most High is gathering all these nations together to fight one another, and then when the Lord come back, they're all that when they're warring with each other, they're going to turn to Hamashiach and try to fight him and the angels, like it tells you in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. All right, but it says, yeah, his right hand won't spare the sinners. So again, you're Creflo Dollar, and that's why it's shutting these guys down. No church for Joel Osteen and all these people for right now. You know, because they not teaching nothing. You know what I'm saying? They gonna still be teaching y'all that the 10, like Creflo, the 10 commandments is done away with. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High say he's not gonna, his right hand won't spare the sinners. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen.
22. Yeah.
22. Slide. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. The fire is gone forth from his wrath, and have consumed the foundations of the earth and the sinners, like the straw that is kindled. Woe to them that sin, and keep not my commandments.
Yeah, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments. So how you going to be delivered in these last days? We going to show you, you know what I'm saying? But that's clear. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments. So what we just read is all last prophecy, you know what I'm saying? Last days, in times, you know what I'm saying? So it's showing you that we have to keep these commandments in the last days regardless, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to be out here just being wicked, you know what I'm saying? And then the Lord is going to save you. No. You know what I'm saying? So that's the point in there. You have anything to say?
Yeah, actually, that's just a little thing I put up. Well, that little article, and it says that the coronavirus had like 1,329 cases, but only 38 deaths, and that's in the again, you know, under Trump. And President Obama had the H1N1, and he had 60 million cases and 12,000 deaths. But it was still no panic mode, you know what I'm saying? And people were still going to work and stuff like this. But, you know what I'm saying, it's all a cover-up. They tried, they didn't have nobody getting the flu vaccine, so they have to put something in the air, the coronavirus, to scare you. But the death is really going to come when that vaccine starts to come out. That's when that death is going to come. They're going to force you to get the vaccine. And how they're going to force you is by these stimulus packages that they're going to offer you. So you want to get paid? You want your kids to go back to school? We have to vaccinate. So it's all a trick, man. These publicans, the public politicians, and the governors, they need money. And the money is in the vaccines and medicine. You know what I'm saying? Not enough people dying. You know, Bill Gates said he estimated 30 million deaths. You know what I'm saying? And something was going to happen pretty soon. It's going to be 30 million deaths. So they have to they have to cash in on that. So that's why you have to stay prayed up and keep these statutes, laws, and commandments, because they come in full force in 2020.
Yeah.
They come in full force in 2020. That's all I'm bringing out.
And I seen another article. It said some lady that's hospitalized said her total cost of her COVID-19 treatment said $34,000. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they still charging people to you know, I guess if they got the coronavirus, they're charging them. You know, but they're rather on point. You know what I'm saying? The vaccines. You know, because that's, like we said, if they showing all these athletes and actors, they're probably going to be the first ones that's going to get the vaccinated. Oh, I'm okay now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, driving these people. Okay, you know, who got it? Kevin Durant. Who else got it?
Idris Elba.
Elba, he got it? Mm-hmm. I thought he, okay. Tom Hanks and all of these guys. Yeah. So, yeah, that's going to be how they reel them in, you know. Go to, we got to, like the brother said, we got to stay prayed up, stay in these scriptures. So, first, let's show what the fear is. Get Psalms 128 and 1. Yeah, because got to fear the Most High and be protected by Him in these last days. So, let's get a few of these scriptures and then we shut it down.
Psalms what?
Psalms 128 and 1.
The book of Psalms 128 verse 1. Blessed is everyone that feareth the Lord, that walketh in his ways.
Yeah, so blessed is everyone that feareth the Most High and walketh in his ways. Okay, so that's the ways of the Most High. We already know that those are the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, so that's a lot. Yeah, so if y'all can write these down. So the proof that the ways of the Most High are the law, statutes, and commandments. That's 1 Kings 8:58, 2 Kings 17:13, and Isaiah 42:24.
Can you repeat the second one?
2 Kings 17:13,
And the last one?
Isaiah 42:24. All right. So go to 2nd Ezra 16 now. Start at 17. Yeah. So First Kings 8:58, 2 Kings 17:13, and Isaiah 42:24 to show the way what it means by when it says the ways.
The book is 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 17.
16 and 17.
Verse 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
Yeah, and that's a question. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to? We already know. But those that are going to be delivered, we're going to find out what are they doing. All right, go ahead.
The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Yeah, what shall I do when these evils shall come? So we established in the chapter, in the 15th chapter, and what the Lord said, that these things were coming. The famine, the wars, all of these things are coming. Go ahead.
Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are set as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be away mindful of their scourges.
Yeah, so like I was saying about the gay parade in Miami, and they didn't caught the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? For all these things, all the famine, plague, tribulation, people still gonna be out there being wicked, still gonna be breaking the dietary laws, still gonna be Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Easter, all these things that are, because I'm sure when July 4th come around, if this corona is not dealt with or handled by then, people still gonna find a way. 4th of July, or it probably won't last till Christmas, but we know that even after all of this, and we are, like I said, we teaching and all this knowledge that's being put forth about, keep the commandments, the pestilence, America's going to be destroyed. People still going to go back and do the same things that they were doing before the corona came out, Go ahead.
But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be that's cool.
That's cool.
Always mindful of scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be good in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
Yeah, so the victuals, even like the material things, shall be so good cheap upon earth that they'll think they'll be in good case. Because, there's a lot of stuff that even right now with the corona, a lot of stuff, gas prices, you know what I'm saying? All these things is lowering down right now. You know what I'm saying? So they think, okay, well, the coronavirus is going to be, once it's out of here, they'll probably still be helping people out and a lot of stuff people will be able to buy cheap. You know what I'm saying? And they'll think that everything is cool, but it said that it will grow. Earth, evil shall grow. You know what I'm saying? So it's still gonna be happy. All these things are still gonna come to pass, like the sword, the famine, and everything like that. Go ahead.
For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Yeah, so those that escape that don't perish from the famine, they're gonna die by the sword. So yeah, you can't escape. Drop down to 35.
Verse 35. Hear now these things and understand them. Yet saints of the Lord, behold the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the good.
You'll say saints. I was like, what version you got?
My bad. Like I said, servant of the Lord. Something. Hear now the things and understand them. Ye servants of the Lord, behold the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake.
Yeah, so the servants of the Most High. Okay, so yeah, those doing what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, so that same thing what the Lord was saying to the disciples. You know what I'm saying? So hear these things, the rumors of war, all these things have to come to pass. So yeah, hear ye servants of the Most High. Go ahead.
Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth great pains compass her womb, which pain when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment.
Yeah, so all these things have to come to pass, basically, just like it. And another thing, the Bible's fictional, but yeah, we see in reality that a woman it takes 9 months to have a baby. You know what I'm saying? So the scriptures is telling us this right here. You know what I'm saying? But the pains that a woman has when she brings forth child is similar to what the Most High is saying. These plagues, she's gonna have those pains. These plagues, they won't be slack. They're gonna come. Go ahead.
Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall moan, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
Drop down to 67.
Verse 67. Behold, the Most High himself is the judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble.
Yeah, so that's just showing you right there how is he gonna deliver you? What do you have to be doing? Leaving off from your sins and your iniquities, meddle with them no more. Okay, so he can deliver you from trouble. So that's what will happen in these last days. Is those not keeping the commandments will be delivered. Those that aren't, destruction. Like we read, his right hand won't spare the sinners. Go ahead. 68.
For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols.
Yeah, so that's why I said, certain of us are going to be tried in these last days. We can't really escape anything. You know what I'm saying? Whether, we try to move here, move there, or whatever, the Lord is still going to, we're still going to be tried. You know what I'm saying? Even if we got to go through something to get somewhere, or if we stay in one place, regardless, we can't escape, the judgment of the Most High, especially because that's what I'm saying. The people, we must go to flee to Egypt, and if you wicked, the Lord is going to kill you over there. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like you can go somewhere and escape the martial law or whatever. Martial law might not even touch you at your home. You know what I'm saying? Because like analogy I like to use is even with these tornadoes and things like that, it might hit this block right here and destroy the whole block, but a couple blocks over, nothing happened over there. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the Most High can deal. He can have the angels protect one side and, you know, destroy over here, you know, whatever the Most High has. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, certain of you, you know, they'll try to offer things unto idols. Because, yeah, they, you know, whatever, if a brother get put in a concentration camp, you know, they oh, you one of them Israelites. You know, he don't eat pork. You know, probably put you down on the ground and try to feed you pork. You know, so, and that goes hand in hand with, was that 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter, when the one sister, her 7 sons, the Greeks was trying to force them to eat pork. And they was like, yeah, we'd rather die and serve the Most High than to break the commandments. So yeah, all those kind of things can happen. You know, oh yeah, you got to break the law or we're gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what's gonna happen in these last days. You know, go ahead.
And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place and in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
Yeah, so yeah, like I said, some brothers might, no one touch them, you know, but certain brothers, yeah, they might go into their homes and take them out. And yeah, oh, we know he's an Israelite, you know, whatever the case, you know, and bring just like Revelations 2:10, you know, what fear not. Some of you shall be cast into prison, you know, be faithful unto death and you'll receive a crown of life. So even that, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my brother, beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide, and the guide of them who keep my commandments.
The God of them who do what?
Keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
Yeah, so he says he's going to be guiding and being with those that keep his commandments. So y'all can listen to these fake pastors and all you want to, and all these Christians and, you know, all these, even the people that come against us, you know, like Vocab Alone and all of these guys that come against us. But yeah, we're doing the right thing. The Lord said to keep the commandments. That's what we're doing. Yeah, some doctrines, you know, they're One West doctrines or whatever, you know, are off. But we all agree that we got to keep the commandments. And with that being said, you can't come against that. Because, yeah, right here, the God of them that keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So, yeah, people out there teaching us that we're wrong for saying we got to keep the law, but it's right here. So, yeah, go ahead and be put to death then. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Al.
Woe be unto them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquities, like as a field is covered over with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns, that no man may travel through.
Yeah, so yeah, being having a lot of sin on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, filled with a whole bunch of bushes, you gotta mow it down. You know what I'm saying? So that's like your repentance. Your repentance is the lawnmower. You know, you mowing down your sin. That's what it's saying. Go ahead.
It is left undressed, and it is cast into the fire to be consumed therewith.
Yeah. All right. Go to Sirach 33 and 1. Yeah, that's why it's so good right now to read Psalms, you know, read Proverbs, books like Ecclesiasticus to kind of get your spirit right for these last days, you know, because even if the coronavirus, and we go, a couple, some years after this, and everything goes back to normal. But we see that, it's at any time things could change. You know what I'm saying? Because everything was a couple months ago. Now all of a sudden the city locked down. You know what I'm saying? So everything is moving. Read that verse 1.
The book of Sirach, chapter 33, verse 1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation even again he will deliver him. A wise man hateth not the law, but he that is an hypocrite therein is a ship in a storm. A man of understanding trusteth in the law, and the law is faithful unto him as an oracle.
So there shall no evil happen unto him that fear the Most High. Okay, but in temptation he's going to deliver you. So gotta have that, gotta keep the commandments. Because it says, a wise man hateth not the law. Okay, a wise man hateth not the law. But again, Pastor Creflo, you know what I'm saying, telling you don't have to keep the 10 commandments. So he's not wise. You know what I'm saying? So he leading y'all down that, like the Lord said, to let the blind lead the blind into a ditch. You know what I'm saying? So but the point is, in temptation, like we just read in 2 Ezra 16, he's gonna deliver you. So just gotta have that faith in the Most High and do what he says, because it's just like the scriptures say, the commandments aren't grievous. So it's not hard to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big task. Oh man, them commandments, I just can't. You know what I'm saying? So that's the what he told us from day one. The commandments, choose ye life or death. Because from day one, the commandments is a long life. If you want a long life, you want to be saved. And at times the Most High has. I would say not killed, but put some people to sleep or to death to save them from the evils that were coming, not because they were being wicked, but because they're so righteous. Like I believe it was Josiah, one of them, that he had him sleep because he was going to bring a lot of death and destruction to Israel with the next kings of Israel, because they were going to be wicked. But he had him go to sleep, and so he wouldn't be involved in that. So it's times where the Most High would have you sleep or be put to death, or just die rather, and not see those things that were going to come to pass. Go to 34 and 13. Sirach 34 and 13.
The book of Sirach, chapter 34, verse 13. The spirit of those that fear the Lord shall live, for their hope is in him that saveth them. Whoso feareth the Lord shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord. To whom doeth he look, and who is his strength? For the eyes of the Lord are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from heat and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling and a help from falling.
So that sums up everything up. You know what I'm saying? Having faith in the Most High, those that fear him, got to keep the commandments. You know what I'm saying? His eye is on them, and his protection is for those that love him. Okay, how do you love the Most High? Keeping his commandments. So that's clear as day. So go to if you ever want to say something.
I was going to tell Indy. We can go to Jeremiah chapter 11. This kind of goes on what we were saying. You got to have the faith of the Most High, and you got to keep his laws, his commandments. That's our protection right now, and that's how he's going to show us mercy. But go to Jeremiah chapter 11 and start at the top.
Now, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 11 and 1. So the word that came to Jeremiah from the Most High, saying, "Hear ye the words of this covenant, and speak unto the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem."
All right, so this is Jeremiah getting the word from the Most High. Just like now, we are the messengers. And today, we're getting the word from the Most High and bringing this word out to the lost tribe of Israel. Go on.
"And say thou unto them, Thus saith the Most High Power of Israel, Cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant."
Right. Cursed be the man that don't obey the words of the covenant. Just like we're going out on street corners telling all our people to come back to the Most High, come back to the statutes, laws, and commandments, but they still not obeying. They see all the things. We've been saying that martial law was coming a long time ago. Every video you can go back, we talking about, hey, martial law is coming back to the statute, laws, and commandments. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. But they still didn't obey. Keep going.
"Which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt for the iron furnace, saying, Obey my voice and do them according to all which I command you. So shall ye be my people, and I will be your power."
He will be our power. Back then when he was crying for us to keep the statutes, the laws, and commandments, and we failed to do so, he said he's going to put us in captivity again. So we're telling you yet again, in this captivity, to keep the statutes, laws, and commandments so we can end our captivity and come back to the statutes, laws, and commandments so we can have protection. Even with this coronavirus, man, we have to stay prayed up because this is a new wave. This is the new Egypt. This is a new captivity that we're under. So we're trying to get out of it. Well, we need the Most High, our power. Just like the brother was talking about in Sirach, is that it's going to give us protection and power through this pestilence and this uncertain times. Keep going.
"That I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your fathers to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day. Then answered I and said, So be it, O Most High."
Right. He has something for us. He wants to give us this milk and honey. He wants us to get into the kingdom. He has everything planned out for us. So we have to follow suit. We have to stay on our word. We have to fast. We have to pray. We have to do all those things, just like Mordecai and Esther and the Israelites in captivity with the Persians. They fast and prayed so they can get favor to slew their enemies. Just like we have now. We have to fast and pray and come back because, like you said, the time is nigh. Keep going.
"Then the Most High said unto me, Proclaim all these words in the city of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem, saying, Hear ye the words of this covenant and do them. For I earnestly protest unto your fathers in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt, even unto this day, rising early and protesting, saying, Obey my voice."
Just like we said again, obey his voice. Time and time again. The Israelites was on the corners, our people on the corners saying, obey, obey the Most High, come back. Come out of the wickedness of this world. Come back to the statutes, laws, and commandments. But we still are not getting it. But, saying most of us are not going to get saved at the end. So we're looking for the elite people. Keep going.
Yeah, and Salaki, but also just saying how it says protesting. So our people always protesting, but this is the real protest that we're supposed to be doing is, bringing forth the words of the Most High. So how our people be out with the signs, asking for this, justice. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be protesting with the words of the Most High. This is where our justice and our, all of that's going to come from the Most High. He's going to save us from these nations, from all the oppression that we faced in America. All right.
God. All that Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
You can do all that want, but it's all about Israel matter. These statutes and laws and commandments. That's what matters. That's what's going to free us. We can march and we can protest all we want, but it's not going to have no strength. We have to fall upon our strength, and that's the Most High. Keep going where we at.
Verse 8.
Go ahead.
Yet that they obeyed not, nor inclined their ear, but worked everyone in the imagination of their evil heart. Therefore I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant, which I commanded to do, but they did them not.
Right. You see, our people, they keep living like these heathens today, indulging in homosexuality, indulging in all kind of filthiness. You know what I'm saying? So they hear the word, but they still not hearken into the statutes, laws, and commandments. So this, like they're saying, they're being stiff-necked people. And keep going out.
And the Most High said unto me, a conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
They are turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers, which refused to hear my words, and they went after other gods to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant, which I made with their fathers.
Right. Keep going.
Therefore, thus saith the Most High, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them.
Right. Much evil. We can list all kind of evils that they put upon us. The crack epidemic, welfare. We can go down the list. And right now, we're in troubled time with this COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? It just, all it is confusion. But they're crying out to the Most High, but they're not putting in the work to get free, to get out of the situation. Keep going.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
Then shall the cities of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto the gods unto whom they offer incense, but they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble.
Right. So you can go to the so-called Esau white man and to the government and to all these other facets that you think is going to help you, and it's not going to help you at all. The only thing that's going to help you is your brothers and sisters in Israel coming together as one nation and praying and prophesying with one another that the Most High will give us strength. It said, because we fail to obey, we suffer these evils. And the crafty counsels are always against us. And then we look for our refuge in an ungodly system. This system is so ungodly. You know what I'm saying? They legalizing homosexuality. They prey on young kids. They got pedophiles all in the government. This is an ungodly system, and we're relying on the system to help us. And how are we going to rely on a system that has never been for us from the start? You know what I'm saying? This system was the system that put us in slavery. So you're waiting for your money. You're waiting for you're voting for your next oppressor. You know what I'm saying? All we doing is relying on a system that is always going to be against us. And they said now the so-called troubled times that we're not even submitting to the Most High. Right now, everybody going to running. We're getting toilet paper. Everybody's rushing to get food and water and stuff like that, but they're not sitting at their house praying. So their preachers are not telling these people, hey, you got to pray and submit to the Most High and repent. They're telling them, keep getting your tithes. They got Creflo Dyer. He's sending Cash App so they can keep giving their tithes in these troubled times. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you know where this wickedness is, how wicked this system is. You know what I'm saying? And I just heard from a person in my shop that their church lost their 501(c) because they broke one of their rules. You know what I'm saying? Because they had a certain amount of people in their church at this time right now. So they lost their funding for that. So you put all your time and energy all in the wrong place. I know Israel has a fast coming up on April 2nd. We urge you to be a part of that. Because if we want something to move, we have to be all together. We have to be all in. We can't be lukewarm in this if you want the Most High to move. You know, just like Mordecai and Esther, they prayed, they fast, they wore sackcloth and ashes, and they got favor. They slew their enemies. The Most High gave them favor. Just like right now, how do you know the COVID-19 might be the vessel he used to slew our enemy? So we have to be diligent in his word because it can move mountains and we can be free through this. How you know? Because a lot of so-called Esau are the ones that are getting sick. They tried to do it in Africa and not one case in Africa. And the only cases that are in Africa are people of another nation. So you not know what the Most High has planned. So we have to do our part, stay diligent, keep the statutes, laws, and commandments, and He's going to move for us. That's all I have to say on that.
Yeah, Con. Get Baruch 1 and 13, kind of saying the same thing a little bit. Kind of same thing, because Baruch was Jeremiah's, his scribe. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what he was saying. Start at 14.
The book of Baruch, chapter 1, verse 14. Got some water. And ye shall read this book which we have sent unto you, to make confession in the house of the Lord upon the feast and the solemn days. And ye shall say, to the Lord your God belongeth righteousness, but unto us the confusion of faces, as it is come to pass this day unto them of Judea and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Yeah, the inhabitants of Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? And it says the confusion of faces. Okay, which the confusion of faces is shame. It's not, that's the other doctrine. We gonna have people that look like the other nations that are Israel, but the confusion of faces, it represents shame. Okay, because of our sin, not, we sinning, so you can't tell who's your nation now because that's not what it's saying. It's saying, the confusion of faces as it is come to pass this day unto them of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Go ahead.
Unto them of Judea and the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And so our kings and our princes and our priests and to our prophets and to our fathers. For we have sinned before the Lord and disobeyed him and have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our God to walk in the commandments that he gave us openly.
Yeah, so to walk, we haven't done that, like the brother was saying, that we haven't, our nation is still, this reason why we went into captivity, is because we left the law, statutes, and commandments. So it's only right that we come back to them. Go ahead.
Since the day that the Lord brought our forefathers out of the land of Egypt unto this present day, we have been disobedient unto the Lord our God, and we have been negligent in not hearing his voice.
Yeah, and that's what, like Jeremiah, going back to Jeremiah, that they don't want to hear the prophets. You know what I'm saying? When we go on the highways and byways, they take us for a joke. All them guys yelling. You know what I'm saying? Them guys is funny. They wear, little strings on their shirts. You know what I'm saying? That's how they look at us. Mockery. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to hear. But all this time we've been actually giving them, they claim to love God and I'm a Christian and all of that. But you're not hearing what the Most High is saying. And we proved it that, the Most High gives his word to his men. Okay, and they go out and they put the word on the people. Okay, so that's what's happening. Read verse 20.
Wherefore the evils cleave unto us, and the curse.
And the what?
The curse with the Lord appointed by the Moses his servant at the time that he brought our fathers out of the land of Egypt, to give us a land that floweth with milk and honey, like as it is to see this day.
Yeah, so the curse. So that's, the curse is of Deuteronomy 28. Still on us to this day because, us being disobedient. All right, so that's how we're going to be saved in these last days. Well, the Most High is going to turn the curses in the kingdom, but, that's all these things that we're continuing to go through is because we left the commandments. Read 21.
Nevertheless, we have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our God, according unto all the words of the prophets.
Yeah, according to all the words of the prophets. All right, so just to further confirm that, it's the prophets that the people are supposed to be listening to. All right, so just want to get a few more in regards to fear. Go to Proverbs 10 and 27.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 27. The fear of the Lord prolongeth days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened.
Yeah, so the fear of the Most High prolongeth days. So keeping the law, statutes, and commandments prolongeth days. Okay, that's fearing the Most High. In these last days, yeah, you want to prolong days. You know what I'm saying? You want to live, so to speak. That's you gotta have the fear of the Most High with you. All right, go to Proverbs 19 and 23.
The Proverbs chapter 19 verse 23. The fear of the Lord tendeth to life, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil.
Yeah, so he shall not be visited. Those that fear the Most High shall abide satisfied. They be chilling basically. They won't. That nothing, no evil is gonna come again on them. Okay, like we read in Sirach 33 and 1. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, in temptation he'll deliver you. So yeah, no type of evil will come. Matter of fact, let's get Psalms 91 real quick to kind of link that up. Because if no evil's gonna come on you for fearing the Most High. Likewise with this coronavirus, it won't come around you. So like same thing. Some of us still have to work. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like my job, I'm still around the other nations, and I'm around everyone in general. Where which I work at an airport where they shutting down, and a lot of people is getting the virus or testing positive. You know what I'm saying? But I still gotta go to work. You know, but yeah, I know through faith in the Most High that whether this thing is true or not. Like I said, people be saying it's a hoax, but obviously there is truth to it. But I'm not going to work there. I'm scared. The coronavirus. I don't want to go to work because the coronavirus. I don't want to go to work because I don't want to slave. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't want to go to work. But I still got to go to work. But yeah, read 91 and 9.
The book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 9. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee.
Yeah, there shall no evil befall thee, like you just read in Proverbs. You won't be visited by evil if you have the fear of the Most High. And like it says, you make even the Most High thy habitation. Like Paul said in Corinthians that we are the temple of the Most High. Okay, so we're that house now. The temple of the Most High. So we're making the Most High our habitation. Go ahead.
Neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Yeah, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. So all this coronavirus, you don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing what you're supposed to do in the Most High, you're having faith, you praying to Him. If you want to go as far as to pray, Most High, keep me away from any pestilence or disease while I'm at work or I'm out. Do you? You know what I'm saying? Or like I said, you can have that faith to know wherever you go, you're not sweating it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot. This is the time to stay close to your brothers and sisters in Israel, because you're hearing all these things on the news, and you're hearing people that's around you that's fearful, but you stay close to the people that's keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, that's living their life with no fear. It's gonna build you up. It's gonna raise your courage, and it's gonna let you know that the Most High is here and that He's gonna protect you. Because this world has a way, and you're listening to the news outlets, they're gonna scare you. They scare you to death. Oh my God, another one died in Idaho, and another one died in Missouri, and they all spread it out. You know what I'm saying? So, but mainly it's the old people that's going to pass away because, you know, it's just like any other virus that it attacks young and older people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They said, just wash your hands. That's all you have to do. So why do I have to take a vaccine? You know what I'm saying? If that's the only way I can beat this thing, the so-called coronavirus, is keeping your hands clean and keeping 6 feet away from each other, then that's not a big enough threat to me to be scared of a coronavirus that, you know, they're making it seem like it's going to be the Ebola virus, like the outbreak monkey. Like that. You seen that movie where people just going to be coughing and everybody just going to start shaking and seizing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. Not even an ounce that bad. You know what I'm saying? Not even close. It's just like this is like flu season when the weather start changing. People naturally get sick. Mostly it's people's allergies that's really getting with them right now. And now they looking at you. You can't even sneeze next to somebody and they all scared. You know what I'm saying? I work with a lot of people and they're scared to death. They got their gloves on, their mask on, and they sneeze, they tell you to leave, you know, but you can't even be yourself right now. You can't even have asthma right now. People looking at you crazy.
Right?
You know?
People trying to hold in their cough.
Let you cough one time, it's a wrap. You know, get out of my
Because we at work we be joking too, like somebody cough. One of my coworkers, I was like, "You still coughing, man?" Like he said, I forgot the combo I had with him, but he was coughing, and it was just funny because everyone is taking like a cough as you got the virus. You know what I'm saying? I said the only corona I know is the beer. You know what I'm saying? That's the only Rona I got. Is but go to.
People not even drinking that.
Yeah, no. Go to Isaiah 54:17. Yeah, this one of the main scriptures Christians like to use.
You said what?
Isaiah 54:17.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17.
All right, so I wanted you to read that last verse. You stay where you at. I'll just read it. But back in Psalms 91:11, wanted to read that last one. For he shall give his angels charge over you to keep thee in all thy ways. So again, going back to earlier scriptures that we read, that he'll have the angels take charge over us. All right. So going back to Isaiah 54:17.
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like all them gospel songs and stuff. Yeah, no weapons formed against me shall prosper. People tattooing themselves and you know what I'm saying? But it said that this is the heritage of the servants. We established them, hear ye the servants of the Most High, and you got to keep it going down in Second Ezra, the 16th chapter. Okay, so it's no weapons formed against us shall prosper, whether it's coronavirus, whether death and destruction, things. Go to Job real quick. Job, the 5th chapter. Yeah, so those kind of things won't, bother us. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of things that are on this earth, famine and things like that for the servants.
Okay.
5 and start at 8.
The book of Job, chapter 5, verse 8. I will seek unto the Most High. I will seek unto the Most High, and unto the Most High when I commit my cause.
Yeah, I will seek unto the Most High, and unto the Most High I commit my cause. Okay, so seeking the Most High. Drop down to 11.
Verse 11, to set up on high those that be low, that those which moan may be exalted to safety. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Yeah, like you know, the brother was saying, you know, the vaccination, stuff like that. Those that's doing the will of the Most High are not gonna have to go through that. Or, yeah, again, we know in our hearts and our minds, not to let these devices that they're gonna be pushing out there to affect us. Okay, we know that the Most High is gonna deliver us from these things. Verse 13.
He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong.
Yeah, drop down to 19.
Verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. In 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
Yeah, shall no evil touch thee. You know, we read those other scriptures that evil won't abide or come near you. All right, go ahead.
In famine he shall redeem thee from death,
Go ahead.
and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of their tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. A destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth.
Yeah, so, and all these things you shall laugh. Okay, so if you're doing the will of the Most High, you're going to be chilling, like I said, like you're saying, abide satisfied. Okay, no evil shall be around you. Yeah, you be, chilling, everyone, chaos, you know what I'm saying, and you just going to be chilling at the crib or wherever the Most High has you stationed at, and you're going to be being able to, live your life, you know what I'm saying, and you'll be under the Most High. All right, go to Proverbs 10 and 3. You had anything? Because I'm pretty much, you had anything else? Like scripture you want to bring out?
Nah, I'll just add on a little bit afterwards. At Proverbs 10 and 3.
Yeah, 10 and 3.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 3. The Lord will not suffer the souls of the righteous to famish, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked.
Yeah, so he won't have the souls of the righteous to famish. So when famine comes, he's not going to have them, or matter of fact, give one more. Give Proverbs 3 and 5. He's not going to have the souls of the righteous to famish. Because, when all this hell's breaking loose, famine, and you can write this down, Isaiah 65 and 13 as well, about the servants and them being able to eat in those times when famine comes. Like the scriptures say, the Most High will not suffer the souls of the righteous to famish. So he's going to take care of us, just like we read in Job, the 5th chapter. Proverbs 3 and 5.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil.
Yeah, so trust in the Most High with all thy heart, lean not to thy own understanding. So we gotta trust in the Most High, hands down. You know what I'm saying? And lean not to thine own understanding. Like, if you think you're gonna escape the judgment, or whatever you feel that, of your own mind, don't. Trust in the Most High. All them scriptures, that talk about, keeping the commandments and he will deliver you. You gotta, trust in the Most High. He say he's gonna deliver us. He's gonna deliver us if we do his will. And then, it says, be not wise in thy own eyes, fear the Most High and depart from evil. Drop down to 25.
Verse 25. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh.
So like, be not afraid of sudden fear. So yeah, like I said, the fear tactics, you know, the coronavirus got everybody shook. You know, fear. Be not afraid when sudden fear. Because this, yeah, like I said, everything was good. Yeah, like what they say, everything was good about a week ago. You know, what's that? The Bobby Schmurder or whatever his name is. It was just a good about a week ago. You know what I'm saying? So now, yeah, sudden fear. Oh, coronavirus. Yeah, you know, all chaos. You know, but be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the wicked, you know, this kingdom, you know, the desolation. So yeah, America's gonna be destroyed. So you should be rejoicing for that, not, you know, oh, you know, worried and afraid about it, because yeah, this place has to go down. So it's only right that, yeah, you should be in the right state of mind and not, you know, worried. And yeah, like I said, neither of the desolation of the wicked. Read 26.
For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken.
Yeah, so for the Most High shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken, or being put to death. Okay, so yeah, like the scriptures say, you know, put Psalms 118, 6 through 9, you know, put in your confidence, you don't put your confidence in man, but in the Most High. Okay, so probably make a part 2 of this, because I got a lot more scriptures.
Yeah, that's about it.
Still gotta do the I guess a little bit of the Passover.
Okay.
So yeah, so hope brothers and sisters was edified. You know, like I said, this your brothers from T.O.Z, Trumpets of Zion. You know, so like brother said, the fast is going to be, is it the first or the second?
I think the brother's going to start on the 1st to the 3rd, and the ladies, the women, it's going to start from the 2nd into the 3rd. So yeah, we need all we can get right now from everyone from Israel to tune in and to participate in this fast. You know, all the back and forth in Israel, you know, we can cease that, and maybe we can pray for that, you know, during our fast, that we can come together and be all in with each other, man, because we need a supernatural power to bring our people out of this wickedness that we're going through right now. You know, just pray that we can touch more people, wake more people up, forgive our brothers, forgive our sisters, you know, work well with one another, no more strife, no more confusion, you know, and pray, you know, that the people that's out there in fear right now be fearless, and know that they have a power that's willing to work with them as long as you come near to Him. You know, we have to submit ourselves. We got to be in full submission. This is what we're doing. We're trying to be in full submission by doing our fast and afflicting our souls. And, you know, saying it takes work from yourself. It's no, like what James said, faith without works is dead. So we're going to show our faith by doing our works by fasting, by afflicting our souls, by you know, coming together with one another and being unity with this fast. Brothers, if we can do it, you know, the brothers for T.O.Z, we all in. And our brothers and sisters from T.O.Z, we all in for the fast. We want the betterment of our nation. We want the betterment of our people. And, you know, we want to go and strive high, man, because, you know, we don't want to continue to keep the Passover no matter what's going on in this world. You know, the Most High told us that we have to do this forever. It's a, you know, thing we must do. So, by that being said, you have anything else you want to end on?
Wanted to get one more scripture. Read Psalms 125, 5 and 1. This last one.
What?
Yeah, 125 and 1. This is the last one I wanted to bring out in regards to trusting in the Most High.
The book of Psalms, chapters 125, verse 1. They that trust in the Lord shall be as Mount Zion, which can not be removed, but abideth forever.
Yeah, so, just to remember that, to trust in the Most High again, and nothing will happen, you won't be removed. And then, so for the fast as well, Joel, the 2nd chapter is a good example of us fasting as a body, as well as 1 Maccabees, the 3rd chapter, if y'all have a chance to read those. But we like the brother said, we all in. So till the next time, shalom.
Shalom.